Okay, I want to make another report. So, my imagination is better, a little better, not as good. Like, I notice I can't really imagine things as vividly or in detail as I used to. I could rotate things in my head without losing quality or stuff, or without stuttering. You know what I mean? But I can't do that anymore. But my imagination has been getting better. I'm also noticing that, thinking is becoming a little bit easier. Not that much easier since the past few days, but ever since, I got off the medicine, my thinking has been better. A little better. I think it has been a little better since the week I was in the mental facility, and I think that's good. Okay, so I guess the trial conversation with myself that I will have today is about let's see, how to, counteract this anti-psychotic thing. So I did some research, and mostly it was a Quora post, because for some reason that and Reddit is like literally the only places where you see people complaining about this stuff. I mean, sometimes you do find like ordinary websites like Mad in America and stuff like that, but it's like usually you don't see this type of stuff. Usually it's overlooked. The side effect is overlooked, even though it's pretty popular. Anyways, so apparently I need to take off more, like eat a lot of fatty acids, omega-3 acids and stuff like that. Let's see. My bad. Okay, I need to what else do I need to do? Well, I need to run and do exercise. Which I already do. If I could do a bunch, right? Or run around and do a lot of dopamine increasing activities. So I'm on a good track apparently. They said this could take almost 8 years to recover. And it's considering the fact that I'm still on the medicine, which I'm about to change. I'm planning currently on waiting off it, but ever since I think I lost my train of thought, but yeah. What else do I have to do? This is not really what I've read, but I do think I might have to lose more weight. I still have a lot of the fat from when I was still on the medicine, or more, when I was on more medicine. And then to get, Abilify and Risperidone off my system, I need to lose weight because it is fat soluble. Anyways, when I completely replaced the weight, that's when and also, I had to do all that other stuff. That's probably when my brain could recover, and that especially includes getting off the medicine. Because, the doctor is like, this won't cause any thinking issues, this won't cause any weight gain, which it doesn't cause weight gain, because I know because I lost weight while on it, but it does cause thinking issues. And then because it's inherent in antipsychotics function to impair your ability to think and stuff, so it doesn't matter if they clean it up a little bit. It's still an antipsychotic. It's still gonna cause you to lose functioning. So the best course of action is to get off this medicine. And I really wonder what I'm gonna be like when I do. Obviously, I can't do this cold turkey like I did last time. That caused me to get psychosis in the first place, which is a huge mistake. And honestly, I don't want to do that again. So I'm gonna have to do this by tapering off it very slowly. Okay, so I don't know how slow. Probably a reduction every week. A small reduction every week. That would be a little too slow, but it depends on how big the reduction is. I think I might be able to get away with starting off with, I don't want to start off with half because I really value being able to sleep, So I'm not gonna start in half. I'm gonna start like a quarter, and I think that's pretty safe. I don't think my stomach is gonna tell the difference between, or my brain, not my stomach. My brain is gonna tell the difference between a full tablet and a half one. It's a pretty small dosage, by the way. It's only 20 milligrams of Geonon, which surprisingly enough, that's still enough to impair. Obviously, this low dosage has to be enough to, to like hold me together mentally, or in their eyes, of course. So it's 20 milligrams is still going to be enough to impair my functioning, because antipsychotics are built to impair your functionings or in some areas of the brain, so which in turn make it like a domino effect of other areas in the brain. I mean, just drawing everything off, really. That's why I don't want the medicine it's like it's not really a side effect that I'm losing my intelligence here. It's an inherent effect, and that's why I can't stand it. And I'm honestly thinking of getting. I'm a bit hesitant to try to get off my lithium, because I don't want to feel depression. For depression again, the depression really sucks. It's painful. I'll just see though. Like if it's like it's like a I can't speak. Let's say if my like the medicine, even after getting off the medicine, I still feel slow. I could probably equate it to it being the lithium. There's also a chance that that the medicine could be like kind of permanent. That the brain thing could be kind of permanent. But I do have some hope that it isn't, because I did the first time got off some of it. Its effects like went away. Or most of it did. I'm still having some effects now. But also like I think I literally lost my point. If you notice, my memory is worse as well. I used to have really good memory. I'm not sure if it's worse actually. Maybe it's a little worse, but not too. It's not as bad as it used to be when I was on like two antipsychotics. Okay, I think I kind of remember the point I was gonna say now. So look, dang it. I was pretty much gonna say something like about how it, since the medicine is kind of made to dumb you down, if it had that effect permanently, they wouldn't keep people on it for so long. Something like that. And that applies to go away pretty much. If all medicine is able to, like all an antipsychotic is able to do is impair functioning and use that as a means to have its effects, or therapeutic quote unquote effects, then getting off them, it should not be a problem, because they wouldn't be keeping you on them if it could go away, if it couldn't go away on its own. And if your dopamine receptors, the same thing's for dopamine receptors. If they really get damaged or like permanently damaged, they wouldn't keep you on it for so long. That's I don't know. Some people, I guess, may just are just built different and may just get it permanently. But so far, that doesn't seem like it's happening to me, which is good, because I was getting really scared, and it's kind of the reason why I attempted suicide. Anyways, I'm really scared to reduce my medicine, because I don't want to feel that weird feeling in my stomach when I sleep and not be able to sleep at all, because I feel anxious. But it's gonna be worth it, getting off that final dose of medicine. I can almost imagine how smart I would be after it. Anyways, And or if I have to get rid of the lithium and others, or just the lithium really, then so be it, honestly. I'd rather be depressed and anxious and have psychosis than be on this medicine. That's how bad it is. I was still trying to find ways to treat it, but I'm just gonna refuse any means that include having medicine being prescribed. Because, yeah, it just really, it just, like, I just remember how I was before this medicine, and I was a person that I wanted to be, okay? I feel like I was a person, you know, not just some thing that is pretty much only like 3/4 conscious. I just feel like, because I can't even think really, not as good. Like sometimes I can think, but then other times I can't hear my thoughts, and it stops me from completing a train of thought, and it stops me from thinking all the time, which I used to do. I always types to always be in my head and stuff like that, but it's been taken away from me, and I left aimless, making so much mistakes I wouldn't make before because I can't think them through. And I also think my subconscious is kind of dumber as well, but that would be expected. Anyways, it's need to find more stuff. I want to talk about how I was off my medicine. So I was very in my head. I was pretty like shy. I am still shy now. Like that doesn't change. It could be kind of like, I look kind of intimidating from the outside because I had like a kind of angry expression on, but usually I could be pretty friendly. I usually am pretty friendly, actually. Let's see. I had a very, very vivid imagination. I could think of a new story on the spot anytime. I could create a new character design that's complex and has details on the spot. I could rotate things in my head without losing its quality. I think I said something like that in the beginning. Like, let me see. Well, thanks for it with my imagination. I was very intelligent, actually. I didn't need to study it very often because I would have a knack for remembering information easily, and also being able to solve like tests and stuff with just logical reasoning alone, like, and using previous questions to answer the new ones, or using ones after the answer previous ones. I can still kind of do that, but not as good, especially since I can't think as well. And let's see what else they have. Let me try to find something that's different from what I am now. Let's see. Oh yeah, it was really like funny, I think. I found being humorous very easy, but now it's like I feel like I lacked a fundamental understanding of things in general, and timing and stuff to even produce jokes as well. I think I probably appeared more moody back then. Like sometimes I could be like very serious, and other times I could be like goofy. What else? I used to be pretty fast at running, and it's weird. I can't seem to run as fast anymore. and let's see, I almost had like an ingrained understanding of physics a little bit. It was pretty cool. I could reason of it. Well, maybe it could have been Dunning-Kruger effect for me because I didn't really know about physics. But I could kind of reason of how some phenomenon exists. And I was very argumentative. And it would be pretty slippery to argue as well. I know, and I was also just a little bit more aggressive back then, but just a little bit more aggressive intellectually, at least, because not really aggressive. Anyways, I was just overall a better, more nuanced person than I am now. I think a lot of the differences stem from me not being able to think. And yeah. Anyways, that's the reason I'm not able to think. It probably has to do with serotonin, which anti-psychotics also suppress. I'm not sure if all of them do, but I probably bet the ones I got did. Anyways, serotonin is responsible for your ability to think. It's also responsible for planning, decision making. It's also responsible for mood, which is probably why I got suppressed. And let's see what else. Mood. It's also like dopamine a bit because it's also responsible for feeling happiness in some cases. It's also responsible for your libido and stuff. Well, I'm not surprised that it also antipsychotics also lower serotonin because I honestly do not think I have very much of it. Anyways, this is all gonna get changed soon when I get off this antipsychotic. There'll be nothing else that's stopping my productions of my normal brain function. And honestly, they better stop trying to fix people by restricting their brain functions. Most of the time, well, I'm not sure if this is true or not. Like, I would be skeptical, but it could be because, according to the conscious of psychiatry, I forgot his name, but he could, if you search that up, he would come up. He pretty much said, let's see, they restrict your, like, there's no, like, chemical imbalances that caused by illnesses, and that's not really the root cause, but antipsychotics, like, do that anyways, because they still, and by doing that, they deal with the problem, but that's because they inhibit brain function. Yeah. Anyways, I have to take a pause because I have to clean my room. You know, I am very... I don't know you are. You know, I am very messy. And, you know, I was always messy, to be honest, I think. Well, maybe it's not always this messy, but yeah. Anyways, I literally forgot what I was talking about earlier, but let me just talk about something else. Well, I think it was about serotonin, wasn't it? Well, I was thinking of taking serotonin tablets or something. It was like, I don't think it's gonna work, so I just, do the most obvious decision, which is get off the medicine and see how much that improves things, because obviously my progress has been stagnated from me still being on an antipsychotic, just being on a lesser one. So I'm afraid if I stay on the antipsychotic for too long, it's gonna become like more of a permanent thing, and if that happens, I swear my will to live will decimate, honestly. Anyways, it's not as bad as, I'm still grateful that I got any improvement at all, because what I've been hearing is that people just stay that way forever, and it's like, well, I would probably have multiple attempts under my name if I did that. Well, more than I already do, of course. Anyways, my brother has left me today, and my dad, because he needs to be in an apartment as we're moving away, and he needs a home to stay for college. And I mean, he's in college, he's his own man now. But I'm alone with Dad, and we do not have a good history with each other. There's multiple times where we got in fights, sometimes physical fights, where I walked out of the house. And yeah, it got at worse when I was in my psychosis, and I was saying some pretty nasty stuff. But anyways, whenever I'm not on medication, our personality clashes a lot. I feel like that's why he likes the medicine so much, is because I'm more subdued and not able to, more passive, and not able to go against them as much. And it's disgusting to me, honestly. It's just pretty obvious with this, why the appeal and why so many kids are being put on this stupid stuff. It's because their parents just don't want to deal with them, and they honestly think it's the best option, because nobody is talking about how to actually deal with the mental illness, but instead cause damage to the brain, pretty much, so making it so that they either get cured, quote unquote, as they're unable to like function, or they have to be on it forever, and how the thing prohibits their functioning on chronically ongoingly. I'm getting kind of worried because I wasn't talking as clearly as I was the last time. But I don't feel like this should be something, like, why would I just suddenly get less intelligent just out of nowhere? I don't know, this medicine is kind of notorious for doing that. Anyways, how I'm gonna get off this medicine is because by opening the pill, the capsule, and cutting it. So I'm gonna open the capsule and cut it and take off a little portion in the top. Then, yeah, I'm kind of scared, because I'm gonna have to like deal with me making miscalculations and me getting my sleep disrupted because I took off too much. But I try honestly to do anything for my intelligence back at this point. Like, I would even murder someone, to be honest, and I would even cause half of the world to go in desolation just to get my intelligence back, because honestly it's one of the most important things to me. Anyways, what else can I talk about? I mean, I don't even need to talk for that long, do I? Let's try to see if there's anything interesting before I decide to end this. I do want to talk more about my medicine, to be honest, because it's been on my mind for a lot now. Like, I know I could be, you could say I'm greedy, that I want more. Like, I want more of my attention back. First of all, this is not gonna be forever. Like, I could easily go back to that other state if I go beyond this medicine. If I am on this medicine too long, I could easily go back to the previous state. So I need to get off regardless. And then plus, it's like, you can't really say, like, you take away someone's children and give them one of them back, then you say that they're being greedy, that they want all of them back. It doesn't make any sense. I want all of my intelligence capabilities back, because let's be blunt here. Okay, imagine you being like funniest in top of your class all the time. You always seem to do better, outperform other people, and you get to conclusions quicker. You don't have to work as hard and stuff like that. Then you just lose that, and now you're a regular civilian. That's why I don't care if this is what normal people. Like, that's not even what my doctor says. Like, maybe this is what you just don't like. What this is what thinking normally feels like to you. Are you kidding me? I'm like struggling to find words now because I'm literally like talking slower and slurring my words and stuff, and then somehow it's just better to like thinking normally is just being dumber and being less efficient with your thoughts. Like, what? And they keep trying to say that the medicine slows down my thoughts so I could think things through more clearly. I could think things through clearly just fine with a fast speed of thought. Plus, the problem wasn't the fastest speed of thought. The problem was that I was psychosis. Anyways, the solution here isn't to slow down my thinking. It's to deal with the psychosis, which is, again, it's not really because it's not really, or supposedly not because of my hormonal imbalance. It's because honestly, I'm just doing research more into it. And so what is interesting is that like a lot of people with mental illnesses have brains that are perfectly wired. They're fine. They're actually then the antipsychotics actually caused imbalances themselves. And that's honest. I could honestly see it. Anyways. I really hope that somehow this ends up in my favor and that I don't lose any more. Like, I just ends. Like, even if I don't get my like intelligence back, getting off them would guarantee that it won't get worse than this. Anyways, I also have to check the lithium, which could cause brain damage at toxic levels. I don't even know why my dad wants me to take that one, because in the long term it's gonna cause thyroid problems and stuff like that. And yeah, I think that's gonna be a problem. Like, if you expect me to take this medicine forever, they can't make me like obviously have some detrimental side effects like the anti-psychotics that cause tardive dyskinesia or something like that. And the doctor said this new one doesn't cause it. Well, I don't. Honestly, since this new antipsychotic also caused my mental can't speak. So when you have a high vocabulary but you can't say anything or pronounce anything. Well, anyways, my mental acuity, I think that's how you say it. And since that went down, I can't really trust her that the rest of the stuff, that the antipsychotics doesn't cause the rest of the stuff. The only thing I really saw for myself is the weight gain thing, which is because I lost weight, but that's it. And yeah, so anyways, if you really wanted me to stay on this medicine, I say no, don't. This is stupid. Why did I even agree to taking this thing? You know, the moment they said antipsychotic, I would still be on antipsychotics. I should have just refused it. I could have saved myself some sleep too. It's such a shame. Why did I trust them? Because these doctors really have a way of persuading people, do they? Anyways, Dang, I just imagine how much smarter I would have been if I decided not to take it. And I'm pretty sure they would have to release you early if we don't take them. No, honestly, should have just went that route. Why did they take this stupid medicine? It's like, I'm such a fool, bro. It literally done this to me the first time. Why am I doing it this second time? Not really the first time. The first time was actually okay because I was only on one antipsychotic, but now I think it's done too much damage to me overall, so I just need to get off them. Something I want to talk about. I feel like I have some inability to talk to people. Like, I could talk to my brother just fine. This might not have to do with the medicine, but I could talk to my brother just fine. We could joke around and stuff. But then with other people, everything feels so much more heavy, and hard. Like, I don't feel as energetic talking to them as I do talking to my brother, And plus, my brother really gets my sense of humor more than others, I guess. And when I make a joke with him, I feel more listened to than when I do make a joke with other people, and it's like they're not laughing, and it's like, I don't know. I mean, I do get motivated by seeing other people's reaction to me. In a sense, they're happy because they said something nice or something, and encourages me to do more. But all the time, I feel like nowadays, around this medicine, I feel like I can't really create that kind of reaction, and it gets really boring to talk to people. Anyways. I'm really looking forward to getting off this medicine. I'm gonna do what I should have done before. Okay, might as well just try to imagine what is gonna happen to me when I get off this medicine. Okay, so obviously I'm gonna have more dopamine, and I'm gonna have more dopamine. Like normal levels of dopamine. Hey, there's something do you know when you when you think something but you don't actually think it, you just kind of intuit it, I guess. That's what happened with Night now, because I got in a really good argument, but I can't put it into words. It's like if the doctors are trying to, if the root of the problem is lower your dopamine being too high, then you put something to lower it. That means they're not even dealing with the root of the problem. They're just putting stuff to lower your dopamine. Then when you get off, you just easily go snap back, because clearly it's not really the hormones. No, maybe not. If it was the hormones, then being on the antipsychotics should cure you, But it doesn't, unless it, again, it completely destroys your brain function. So, but clearly there's something else going on here. Which is why a lot of people need to stay on antipsychotics, because something is causing it to go ahead and make the dopamine much higher, not really, and dealing with the produce instead of the producer, it's not. And honestly. Anyways, hopefully that made sense. Anyways, what else? Yeah, what's gonna happen? Okay, so obviously I'm gonna have more dopamine, and I'm not sure if this is gonna be higher levels of dopamine, like really high levels, or normal dopamine. Let's see. I'm tapering off them, so it'll probably be normal levels of dopamine. I mean, my brain still has to recover from the stress it's going through, So it's still low to normal levels of dopamine at first, but then when it gets like later on, it could go to high, normal to high, I guess. Now, did you know that high dopamine is linked to high intelligence? So yeah, you definitely see why these drugs will really be a problem. Anyways, high dopamine, my serotonin would go back to normal, unless the lithium deals with serotonin as well, which is gonna be a problem. Which is gonna make it another candidate to get removed. Anyways, let's see. Because my dopamine is back, I have more mental flexibility, and I'll be more quick on my feet with thinking as well. Sorry. And like in math class, for example, like I could answer stuff quickly, but it has to be really simplistic. I can't answer stuff that are more complex in nature quickly, which like I would used to be able to do. In the past, it used to be like I couldn't really do this at all. I would literally struggle with like instantaneous answering of questions. I would usually, my mind would either go blank, or I know the answer, but for some reason I can't speak, and stuff like that. And I love participating in class, because I have, a lot of times I was the teacher's pet, Anyways, since my dopamine is going back to normal levels, my imagination should get better. I think my sex drive will probably go back to normal, because it's certainly not very high right now. It's making me almost think I was on the asexual spectrum, but not really, because I still like thinking about it, even though I didn't really feel anything. It's weird, but let's see. I'd probably have more control of my movements if this movement disorder I've got is not permanent. Maybe it's not, because I already lost some of my symptoms of my movement disorder, because I don't have the need to do repetitive movements as much. And that was something that was really really prominent in when I had my medicine. Anyways, okay, so dang, I need to tell my brother or something about the tablet's charging too slow. else to talk about? Oh yeah. I still seem to be pretty good at Pokemon. And I was on my medicine before. I was really bad at it, but now I'm better. Although I still don't think I could do as well as I used to. Like I used to be really good at Pokemon. Something I could never really get into was chess for some reason. Like I never really learned it, and one of the times I did play it, I lost a bunch of times. But it's mostly because I didn't know what the rules and stuff, and I didn't really know how to checkmate a king. Anyways, but I would rather play Pokemon anyways. That's more fun. Also, Clash of Clans is pretty. Is it that? No, it's what is the one where the one where it's like two kings and I really forgot what it's called. Whatever. I think you know what game it is. The Clash of Clans, but the other one. You know what I mean? It's the same, made by the same people. Anyways, I want to talk about something a little bit more dark. What about what happened if this thing is permanent? Well, let's see. Okay, I can imagine me. I'll probably like making plans. You know what kind of plans? Like I think the most. Like the ones that won't really work are the ones like involving jumping from high buildings and stuff, because this place's buildings are pretty low level. Let's see. Probably could try and hang myself, but I'm not sure if I'd be successful in doing that. Sorry about that. My throat makes weird noises sometimes. Cause I can't really think of anything else to do. And I could attempt to find what Dad's secret stash of medicine. Anyways, if I notice it, if the second time I try this, I'm gonna get sent to Nigeria. But it's like I don't care. It probably wouldn't be a life worth living anywhere, and then plus it'd probably be easier to kill myself over there. But anyways, yeah. So I can't. It's black and white for me. Honestly, I get better or I die. I can't live like this. I don't want to be like. I want to be complaining as much if I like had normal function like a normal human being, and maybe just have less intelligence or whatever. It's clearly I lost like human functioning, and I can't even like think normally. Like I'm pretty sure everyone else is able to think. Anyways. This shit sucks. Let me talk about something, because I do wish to talk about more, but I really can't think of anything else to talk about. It's just a feeling, that just I feel like I've been wronged and nobody's paying attention to it. Except for me and the other people who've been wronged. So, It's okay. It's really okay. When I get off this medicine, it's gonna change everything. Well, it should better change anything, or you know what's gonna happen. Well, I really hope I don't get psychosis again, because that could be a problem and could probably get me hospitalized again. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to, if they could force me to take the medicine or not. Yeah. There's always hope that I could, if I do get psychosis, I could practice a little bit of self-control just to find out what is necessary to kind of deal with it. Because, maybe find out what, methods of dealing with other than anti-psychotics. Because, I heard exercise and stuff could help, but I don't know, maybe it's because the psychiatry culture is so ingrained in me or something that I can't realize that maybe you don't need these powerful drugs to fix the problem. This girl came up to me at school. I don't know why she did, to be honest. She just came up to me and asked for my name that says, okay, I'll talk to you again later or something. It's like, that's kind of weird. I don't know what is going on. So, it made me think about, in a romantic sense, what girls approach each other. I know I wouldn't really approach another girl because it's like there's a good chance they're straight, but it's like I would be more likely to approach a boy, for example, who's more likely to be straight, and therefore it would probably vibe with me a bit more if they don't think I'm ugly or something. For both girls, you kind of have to be friends. You have to be friends. You have to know, you have to already be acquainted, and you can't really just come up to them. That's what, in my point of view, that's what it's like. And this reminds me of that girl I met at the mental facility. I still miss her. She's so pretty. And then there's that boy as well, he's handsome. He's the most handsome person I've ever seen, and I have access to the internet. Okay. Anyways, I'm really just here talking just to talk at this point, but I don't care. It's a coping skill. Okay, I need to cope with what this medicine has done to me. And I just see it as any improvement is there, if any at all. Fortunately, talking seems pretty natural at this point. That was definitely not the case when I was on my medicine. Talking was way forced, and I couldn't produce ideas or what to say next. I had to say, I was forced to be blunt because I couldn't say anything. Then couldn't think of anything else to say. I had no ideas ever, and I was extremely unmotivated. I just hated life. Everything felt like a chore. I honestly couldn't eat this medicine. I don't want any of it in my system anymore. This is not it, bro. It's not allowing me to heal from this thing completely. It's, for some reason, when I thought this medicine since I heard this medicine's gonna be new, I just thought maybe they heard people's cries about it and they would make it so that it doesn't really impair cognitive functioning. But of course, I was just being very wishful. And I'm gonna And I think that's enough talking for today. I'm gonna search up a bunch of things on how to win off cheat on, and bye.